people. I don't usually make videos like this, but I just find something so funny and entertaining to. I thought it'd be a good idea to make a video because it evidently we have some people in the state, our state here in Louisiana, that don't understand that you can't catch game fish with a cast net. So we have our wildlife and fisheries department, when they bust people doing stuff like this, they promote it. You know, they put it out there and saying they finding them and they're explaining what they got, and they take the fish. And this is a prime example right here. This picture you're looking at, our wildlife and fisheries guy caught these 3 older Vietnamese guys, and they're all in their 40s and 50s and old enough to know better, out there with a cast net and catching. They had like 68 sac-a-lay, they had like 6 black bass, and I don't know, something like 23 big bluegills or something like that. And you know, they got caught and busted, and the fish got taken, and you know, they you know, they're in trouble. It's like it's a $400-600 fine, and then you get fined per fish. So you know, they're looking at thousands of dollars worth of stuff and possible jail time. And you know, there's no excuse for this. You know, being ignorant of the fact of the law. So when you buy a driver license, you're responsible to know the law, right? You're responsible to know what you can do and what you can't do. When you buy a fishing license, it's the same thing applies. You're responsible to know. When you go to Walmart and you buy your fishing license, that guy don't tell you the laws. When you purchase that fishing license and you sign that paper, you agreeing that you know, you have a basic fishing knowledge of the law, right? And if you don't, well, that's what I got, the little handbooks, pamphlets right there for you to read. But so on this article, I'm reading the article, and at the bottom I go to read the comments, and no, I'm not trying to be mean. I understand some people are special, right? I understand that. I'm trying not to belittle nobody and nothing like that, but under some of the comments, it just the sheer anger towards our game wardens for catching people doing stuff like this is just unbelievable. And then you got some people going like, well, it says on, you know, blah blah blah, you know, that on section 8 on 6.2 that you can have a 8.6 cast net for catching you know, minnows and stuff like that, and shad and stuff like that. Yes, you can use a cast net to catch bait, but you cannot use cast nets to catch game fish in the state of Louisiana. And that goes bluegills, that goes for catfish, that goes for bass, that especially goes for sac-a-lay. And so, you know, it's just it just blows my mind that people don't know this. And then most of the comments are like, nobody knows this, nobody understands that. I'm like, that's a crock of BS, because how many times you've been out and seen people in bass boats, right, throwing cast nets, catching fish? Probably never. I haven't. I've fished since I was old enough to put a rod in my hand and walk around. I've seen people lunch at the boat landing and cast cast nets, putting minnows in their buckets and all that, but I've never seen nobody catching fish with a cast net. I've never done it, because most people are responsible enough to know the laws and adhere to them and stuff like that. So we have a population of fish for generations to come, or whatever, you know. That's why most places people complain that they overfish. Why? Because you got idiots out doing stuff like this. But anyway, this is the handbook. This is in PDF format from Wildlife and Fisheries when it comes to Louisiana freshwater fishing laws. It says methods for fishing or taking freshwater fish. It says there are many ways to catch fish and other aquatic species in Louisiana's beautiful rivers, lakes, bayous, ponds, and streams. The headings below defines the legal methods and illegal methods of take, right? That means how you can catch fish and how you can't. So it says legal methods of take. Let's move up here. How you put the mouse. It says hook and line, right? That's your rod and your reel, or any type of line with a hook, right? You got bow and arrow. You got yo-yos or trigger devices, recreational slat traps, recreational crawfish traps. That's for crawfish. Standard spearing equipment used by recreational skin divers submerged in water when sport fishing, right? Barb gigs allowed in saltwater for taking flounder only. Recreational hoop nets, recreational wire nets. Hoop nets and wire nets are fish traps they put in the water, right? It's not cast nets. So there's nothing to be mistaken there. That you see nothing in the methods right there of tape, but cast nets. You get down here and it says like the freshwater game fish, right? And it says it includes largemouth bass, spotted bass, shadow bass, yellow bass, white bass, striped bass, yada yada, crappie, white crappie, and brim. And it says not legal, standard spearing equipment. You can't spear freshwater fish. Bow and arrow, you can't bow and arrow for game fish. You can do gar and you can do other fish like that, but not like gar fish. Spears and bows and arrows are legal, but game fish you can't. Possession of game fish with nets or traps, including. You can't net game freshwater fish. You can't net bass. You can't net sac-a-lait.